I helped my son heal from apraxia of speech, and there is hope. From the time that he was born, he appeared to be very healthy. He was always very easygoing. He slept through the night at 3 days old. But when he was 3 months old, he got eczema, and it was pretty severe. And then when he was 9 months old, he had his first reaction to food, which was eggs. And then when he was a year old, he started getting ear infections and asthma. The food allergies increased, and then everything just kind of started snowballing. He was on 2 different breathing treatments for the asthma. He was on 2 different kinds of steroid creams for the eczema. Ear infections, he had 4 rounds of antibiotics from the time he was 1 to a little under 2 years old, so not even a full year. I was doing all of that, that they were telling me to do, and he was getting worse and not better. A dermatologist told me that she said, "This kid is allergic to the world. He will be on medication for the rest of his life." And he was 2 years old, and I was just like, he's only 2. Why are you casting this life sentence on him? Why are you giving up on him when he's 2 years old? I felt like there must be a better way. So I took him to a naturopath, and we did an elimination diet. He took a multivitamin, he did a probiotic. The ear infection stopped. The asthma and the eczema improved significantly, but it was still there on occasion. He had major gut issues, and that improved as well. I mean, it wasn't 100%, but I definitely saw improvement. And so that was kind of like the first step where I thought, okay, I can do things that are going to start trending him in the right direction as opposed to sending him in the wrong direction. He was 2 when he went to the naturopath. He was not talking. He got the Apraxia diagnosis. From age 3 to 4, I, did speech therapy 2 times a week with him. I worked with him every day at home. But it was always like he would take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. The summer before he turned 4, we took a trip to Disney. And on that trip, he ate a lot of things that he typically did not eat. So he had the strawberry Pop-Tart for breakfast, and he broke out in hives all over his body. And his behavior just got completely irrational. He was really hyper. He was like kicking and biting. He was doing cartwheels down the center of the hallway at the hotel. And this was very out of character for him because he was always very calm and obedient. And, we couldn't rationalize with him at all. And so it was really at that moment when I realized if I didn't do something, we were going to be dealing with a lot more than apraxia. One day I came home and I checked my email, and a research doctor had found me from my blog and had sent me information on how to find the root causes of apraxia of speech. Her giving me that information was gold. I mean, it was truly amazing. She had laid it all out for me. So then at that point, when I made the appointment with the integrative MD, I kind of had a roadmap like going in. We started with testing, then we added in supplements for his deficiencies and switched to a gluten-free, casein-free diet. We also added in other supports like acupuncture and hand cues for speech therapy. Each week, his speech improved, and after 3 months, his speech had significantly improved. His overall demeanor just completely settled down. He was calm, and he could finally get the words out. One of the highest highs was at that same time, where he had been signing "I love you" since he was 2. And I was just walking down the hall one day and he passed me and he said, "I love you, Mama." And I was like, "What?" And I grabbed him and we just started jumping up and down and we were laughing and we were both so excited. And then he started saying, "I love you too much. I love you too much. I love you too much."
I love you too much.
By this point, there was no asthma, there was no eczema, and his speech kept getting better each day. And then about a year later, he actually tested out of his Apraxia diagnosis. Looking back, it all happened in just the perfect timing. It's so good that it was in 3 phases because it followed like the natural healing pattern of the body. So I went to a nutrition response practitioner and she did muscle testing where she would test which organs were out of balance and then which foods he was sensitive to. After 6 months of support, I started adding the foods back. And we did it one at a time, one bite at a time. And it took about 2 years for the whole process. But he was able to get rid of all of his food allergies, with the exception of fish. So today he is a junior in high school. He plays baseball and golf. He has lots of friends. He's a friend to all. I like to describe him that way. But he does, of course, remember having food allergies. Now he can eat freely. He's very grateful for that. I am very grateful for that. And that's one reason, that, I'm doing now what I'm doing with, being a holistic health practitioner and just trying to educate people as much as possible for the things that work for him. Because I was just like, I feel so fortunate. Like I was rescued from the storm, and I was like, if I'm ever fortunate enough to get out of it, then I will spend the rest of my life paying it forward. And so that's why I'm here.